Hey guys, Steve Cam from nerdfitness.com here, and I wanted to shoot a quick video for you while we're here at Camp Nerd Fitness to talk about some of the mistakes that I often see when people are doing a regular push-up. You might think you're doing them right, but we're gonna walk you through some of the mistakes that we see and how to actually do them properly. So I'm joined here by team members of Nerd Fitness, Jim Bathurst and Stacy Artisan, and we're gonna walk you through what some of those mistakes are and how to do it correctly. Jim, what do you see when people are doing push-ups?
All right, let's get Stacy in a position for a push-up. First off, placing the hands down so she can rest on her knees for the moment. So, hands down like this, we want them about shoulder width apart. A lot of times people will place their hands too wide. That will set us up for future errors in the motion. So again, get your hands underneath your shoulders, right about shoulder width apart like that. Now, once we get ourselves set up in a position, what we want to think about is keeping a nice good solid line from the shoulders to hips, knees, and feet. A lot of times people will drop their hips too low. You can see the issues we have. Lower back is too arched. Also issues up in the shoulders and neck. So we want to raise it up in line. Now, of course, people will also do the opposite. They'll overcorrect if I tell them to lift their hips up, and that will be too high, okay? So we want to get more in a line like that.
Heard it called stripper butt at some point.
You got it, yeah.
Just go ahead and throw that out there. Many
we'll call
people
it that
have
later.
said it. We're not going to say that because we're better than that. But I'm just saying that some people might have called it that at some point.
Here at Camp Nerd Fitness, we keep it classy.
Yeah, we keep it classy around here, exactly.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
So the other thing as well too, with the line, we want to keep the head in line, okay? A lot of times people will jut their chin forward like a chicken in a feed yard, so we make sure it's all in line with the shoulders and hips. Once we are ready, and Stacy I know is ready to do a push-up right now.
I'll do push-ups for him.
She's going to bend her arms, lower all the way down, watch you stop on the ground here like this. Now, we're resting here just to point out a couple things. One, the shoulders are in a good position. They're not rounded forward a bit, so if you can round your shoulders forward just a touch like that. This, we've lost tension in the back. That's why the shoulders round forward. So she keeps the back tight and doesn't just go loose in the bottom, keeps the midsection, hips tight. She'll be ready to then push right back up to the top. So push up. And let's do it one more at a normal speed. So down, keeping tight in the back and midsection, right up. Boom, looks fantastic.
Nailed it.
We'll put the knees down, give her a little rest. Another thing that we see, so her arms and her elbows are moving in a good direction to keep the shoulders and back in a good line. If she starts to either have her hands wide or flare her elbows out, that's also a common error. So let's take a look at this.
That's the one I see more than anybody, is the arms way out.
Yeah, so
wide.
they're popping way out like this. And again, just not going to be very strong at all. It actually surprises a lot of people when you move their hands in a bit and move their elbows in a little bit. The elbows don't need to be squeezed in directly by the side, but we want the upper arm somewhere around a 45-degree angle to the body. Let's try it again. So again, watching the elbows, they're tucked in just slightly, all the way down, back's nice and tight, midsection's tight, good solid line from top to bottom.
I got $3, says I can do 5 push-ups.
Okay, let's go. 5 good ones. Come on.
Let's show another common error, which is usually the worm, which is losing tension once we hit the bottom, okay? The worm is fun at a wedding, not fun when we're doing push-ups. So we drop down to the bottom, and then the shoulders lift up, but the hips stay down too low. So worm again, that's not what we want. Correction for this, so drop all the way to the ground, is to keep the midsection nice and tight so that everything raises up, boom, in one solid unit. If you find that too challenging to do, that's why we have the other variations. Steve, you throw me that mat.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yep, you got it. So we can do the knee push-ups. This, of course, just to pat the knees down as we need to. So if Stacy has her knees on the mat, hands out in front. So hands are the same exact cues we had for the regular push-up. Now, the line that we want is going to be shoulders, hips, and knees, okay? So we no longer have the feet involved. But still the same thing with the head, still the same thing with the back and shoulders. And you can see, let's try it again. Let's drop on down, keep everything nice and tight, and right on up like this. Let's see a worm in the knee push-up position. So this is incorrect. See again, you can see the shoulders lifting up too fast, and we want instead body lifting up. So let's go one more correctly, keeping the midsection tight, boom, and everything was a nice good solid line. So that's a knee push-up, of course a great variation if the regular push-up gets a little too crazy. We also have incline push-ups. This is another great variation that we'll do. With the incline push-ups, thinking the same exact line from shoulders to feet. So everything's in a solid line. You, of course, are just using an elevated surface. Lower on down and right back up. That's actually exactly what she did. I'll correct you, don't worry. So make sure that you have your feet at a proper distance so that that object or that bar that you're lowering down to is hitting somewhere around mid to lower chest. A lot of times people will move too far forward, so just take a couple steps. Yeah. And hitting down at the belly button is obviously very awkward. Or of course what people will do is move back too far so that you're coming down more toward your upper chest or face. So you can see already the elbows are flaring out. this is just way too far from the box. So adjust, play around with it until, again, you get the edge of that box or that bar, whatever you're doing the push-up to, till you get it hitting around mid to lower chest. That's gonna have the best chance of success for keeping your back tight, keeping your arms and elbows in a good solid position. Cool, great job.
So our next video is how to do the worm at a wedding? Or?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's at the glow party later in the week, so it'll be fun.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.